Guys, I have identified why people are losing money with meme coins. There are two top reasons. The first one being you're not able to take profits at the right time because you don't know how high the chart will go. The second reason being you are holding meme coins for way too long and the price keeps on going down and down and down because you don't have any levels of invalidation. In this episode, guys, I am going to discuss exactly how to find these two answers. Where do you believe the top is forming and where do you know the invalidation levels are hit? So you are minimizing your losses and you are maximizing your profits by exiting at the right time, and that is going to put up a full stop on your meme coin losses. So let's get right into it, guys.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me yet again. First off, let's talk about Bitcoin. So right here you can see Bitcoin has taken a nosedive all the way to around $85,000. But this was absolutely expected, as I had mentioned multiple times last week as well, that we were expecting some sort of a move towards the downside and a top structure to form, a local top. Exactly, that is what we have seen. And this right here was the short setup that was shared inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private. So if you're willing to join 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private and catch every single move in the market, be it up or towards the downside, click the link in the description section below and join us inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private. I was expecting this move, as you can see right around here. Basically what I shared inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private on Saturday was a potential of a move towards the upside, getting rejected in this region around $92,000 and then getting a big move towards the downside, which has now started. Now we have taken profits on this one. This was more than a 600% gain for us inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private, and we have been killing it on PropW as well. As I mentioned that I'm documenting my entire journey on PropW, every single trade that I'm taking, be it to the downside or to the upside, to help all of the members inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private pass the challenges on PropW as well. So if you're interested, everything is inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private. The link is given in the description section below. Now, what is going to be the next course of action for the price action of Bitcoin? Right now, guys, until and unless we break past $89,538, I remain to see more downside for Bitcoin, and I would want to see price actually take these lows right around here. A sweep of the lows is going to look pretty good in my opinion, and then we can look for at least a small bounce one more time, similar to what we saw in this region. Your zone of interest just below the previous low is going to be right here at $77,291, and then you have another zone of interest at $74,000 and $73,000. All right, now as I mentioned, guys, we were looking for an impulse towards the downside where this is your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we are looking for our wave 5. So I recently shared an update inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private giving the wave 5 price targets as well. I will show you right here as well. So right here you can see this is the target box for your wave 5. This is extending from $79,250 all the way to around $70,900. Of course, guys, it is a big target box, but we will try and make it as short as possible as we get more information from the price action that we have seen so far. At the moment, guys, I don't see price breaking towards the upside very aggressively at all. I do feel that this is a very nice 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another move towards the downside, a 5-wave structure towards the downside. This move towards the upside as a wave 4 will be invalidated if we touch $89,538, and that is why that is your invalidation. So that is also my current stop loss on the short that I have opened from around $91,000. All right, so that is the entire thesis around Bitcoin for the shorter term. And if you want detailed analysis, again, everything is going to be inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private. But apart from that, guys, there is something that is very important that I want to discuss with you all in this episode. This kind of content that I'm creating right now for this episode is usually reserved for Diligence Masterclass inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private, because that is where I share the most important things that you need to look out for while trading meme coins. But I felt that this is very important that I share this information right now with you all. So let's just get right into it. So first off, guys, we need to analyze where should we be actually taking some profits, because most of the time, guys, what happens is you buy a coin, it goes up, and then you think that if it goes to $2 million or if it goes to $20 million, I will make this much. And that is what exactly all of these KOLs sell you as well. You know, something is sitting at $500,000 market cap, and then they say, if it goes to 5 million, it's a 10x. If it goes to 50 million, it's a 100x. If it goes to 500 million, it's a 1000x. Guys, it's not going to $500 million. All right. You have to analyze the market as it is. Always trade the market that you have, not what you want. All right. Now, as I mentioned, it is going to be very important, guys, that you focus on the fact that are you taking profits at the highs? So these were the highs right here for SPSC. This is one of the calls that I shared inside 𝗕𝗪𝗪's private as well as on YouTube almost at the same time. The entry was $600,000. After that, we got a wild move towards the upside all the way to around $15 million. That was a clean 23x. And then I tweeted something which you can see right here. I tweeted this on 28th of November. All right. SPSC has officially now done a clean 20.8x from the price it was shared on YouTube, 600K. Heard that World Liberty Finance also aped this one while pushing the USD1 narrative. This is all irrelevant, all right? The most important thing that you need to see on this tweet is this right here. I'm still keen to watching the USD1 plays, but for this one, it seems like the run has done most of its gains. So I have sold 80% of my bag and left a moon bag. Now, why did I actually sell SPSC 80% of my bag at these levels? Everything is right here in front of you as the proof as well. So if I go back on the chart, you can see right here, I sold this particular candle. All right, we did see another move towards the upside, but then you can see that we have seen a significant retrace ever since. From these highs right around here, we have seen a dump of 56%. And from the level where I sold, which is around $11.5 million, we have seen a move of 44% towards the downside. Even right now, it is down 30%. So I can still buy back in, right? Now, why did I sell? Guys, one of the best strategies that you can use to find the top and sell 70, 80, or even 90, or even 100% of your bags on any meme coin out there is going to be to just look at the volume. All right. So right here, for this particular case, you can see that we had the most volume in this move towards the upside. So this move right here had the most volume. All right. And then this second move, the second leg that we got, had literally almost zero volume compared to the one that we got right around here. All right. What does that suggest? It suggests that even though the price is going up, the demand or the buying pressure is reducing. What does that suggest now? It suggests that we are forming a local top, to say the least. And that is exactly what happened in this region. And then we have seen a retrace. Usually, guys, to find a re-entry, what I do personally is between the two highs that you get right here, the low that you have from this particular low to the recent highs, the last highs that you got, you are going to plot a Fibonacci, and the price is usually going to retrace in this box, which is the 886 and the 786 Fibonacci level. And that is exactly what has happened here as well. This is a strategy that has worked for more than 2 years for me, and it continues to work despite the change in the market conditions, despite the change in the trenches, the volume and everything, but it still works to the T. All right. Again, guys, nothing is financial advice. So you do whatever you want to do. But this is a personal strategy that I personally use, and I have been able to find the tops consistently with this single strategy. So focus on this. All right. Whenever you see price moving up on a high volume, and then you see another move up, creating a new higher high, but on a lower volume, that is where you take 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% of your profits, whatever you feel like. That has to be your own personal strategy. And then if you think, the price action is going to continue higher after the retrace, you can add back in as well. All right. This is how I personally trade, right? Now, this was the first reason, guys, right? We don't know when to take profits. Now, I hope after this episode, you will know when to take profits. Now, the second problem that we have is we don't know how long should we be holding a meme coin that is below our entry price, right? So a lot of times what happens is, we buy something because, of course, a lot of influencers are talking about it, and then the price shoots up, but then you end up being the exit liquidity because you don't know when to sell. And the price keeps on going down and down and down. You don't know where to DCA. You don't know where to exit, right? That is the second biggest problem. I will solve this once and for all with this single strategy that I'm going to show you right now. But if you're enjoying this content, guys, then make sure, first off, you drop a like and also smash that subscribe button and ring the bell notification on so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update like this one. All right. Make sure that you like this video right now. Right. All right. Let's move on to the next strategy, and probably the most important one, because one strategy that I gave you is basically going to teach you how to take profits, which would mean that your portfolio balance will grow. But the second strategy that I'm going to show you right now is going to preserve your capital and minimize your losses as well, which would also help in the longer run, because even if you make a lot of money and then you end up losing it every single time that you make it, guys, you're not going to succeed in the longer run. So this particular strategy is going to help you quite a lot. So a lot of influencers were behind this one. This is TikTok coin. This launched, I guess, yesterday or day before yesterday. We had this triangle formation. A lot of people trade triangles as well. And once you break down, you basically sell. That is, a simple technical strategy, but a lot of times price actually ends up coming back up, and then you are losing on the entire movement towards the upside just because you sold on the basis of a technical triangle, right? So I'm not going to give you that crap, and I'm not going to show you a triangle strategy or something like that, support, resistance and all of that stuff. I'm going to show you the most important thing that you should see on the chart. So on this chart, where do you think you should have sold? Of course, you would want to sell here, you would want to sell here, you would want to sell here or here, right? But what if, you actually bought because of the KOLs in this region? if you bought here, if you bought here, if you bought here, heck, if you bought here, all right? So you are up like 10, 20, 30%, while these KOLs who are shilling it right now, they have bought it right here, even before it bonded at 40K, 50K, 60K. So they are up massively. They're showing you big P&Ls. And now you are thinking, what is going on? Why am I not making money with the TikTok coin? Because this is the only one that actually bonded on Pump Fun over the years. So why are you not making money with TikTok coin while everybody else is, right? That is what you think. No, guys, stop this. All right. You need to focus on yourself. Do not compare yourself with the other people. Now, let's talk about the strategy and get right into the most important thing. So my personal strategy is to find out where is the average entry of top 10 holders on this entire chart. If the chart is actually breaking down below that level, then guys, I think that there is no traction on this coin anymore and I will sell. I will not wait for price to go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, right? Now, how do you find that? The best place I can suggest you to analyze meme coins and even trade, this is the exact platform where I trade myself, that is GMGN, all right? You go onto GMGN and you search for this coin and then you can see right here, top 10 holders, average sell is $3.51 million market cap, and then your top 10 holders average buy price is 1.36 million. Now, if you don't have these two levels on the chart, you can click on display right here and then select top holder buy line and top holder sell line and select this number as 10. All right. And you select these two options right here. Now, according to this chart, I should have sold right here in this region. All right. Price broke down below the top 10 holder average entry, and then it started getting rejected. And at that time, when it actually happened, the average entry was right here, guys. It was right here. You know, this is exactly where we bounced off earlier on. We bounced off, but then we failed to go higher. This was a clear signal right here in this region. You know, when we broke down below the top 10 holders average buy price, this was a clear signal to sell. So if you sold here, I'll tell you how much money you would have saved. All right. If you were in on this, it does not matter, guys. If something goes down, you are taking the loss. That is something that you will have to do if you're playing the game of meme coins, right? Because this is not something that is guaranteed to go up. These are very risky. And I would say the most riskiest investment right now are going to be meme coins, of course, right? But you're still trading them. So I'm just letting you know my personal thesis on when I do exit myself. All right. On when do I exit myself? All right. So suppose you bought right around here in this region. All right. You thought that we are getting a nice dip from the recent highs and now we are going to go past the all-time highs. So you bought right here. So let's just put up a trend line right at these levels. All right. So we have it at $2.41 million. Now suppose price goes down and you sold right here. All right. When my signal flashed, which is a 44% loss, you can take that. But what if you are still holding and you're thinking that, you know, price is going to come back up and eventually take all-time highs, and then you are down 86%. You're literally left with nothing at this moment. All right. If you invested $100, you have lost $86 over a span of less than just a few hours. All right. So if you lost $44 out of the $100 that you invested in, you can still make back the money with the remaining $56. But now it is going to be very difficult to turn back your portfolio with just $14. And that too, if you sell right here, because now it is sitting at a point where you would think that, you know, it is beaten down too much that it will see at least a move towards the upside. All right. It will do something like this and then I will sell. But what will happen then? When it actually does a move like this, you will add more money here and then you will basically get rugged one more time. I don't want that to happen. So that is why I have shared these two strategies with you. So to find the top, you look at volume. To find the invalidation level where you should absolutely sell and run for your money, you look for the top 10 holders average buy price to turn into resistance instead of acting as support. It's as simple as that. All right. Now, let's talk about a meme coin that I recently got into. That is Kabuto. All right. This one I really like. And that is why I have gotten into this. I have gotten in on this one at around $1.1 million market cap in this region. This is exactly where I shared it inside Karoshi's private as well. This is not a call, guys. You do whatever you want to do. I have gotten already more than a 3x on this one. And I do believe that this could do pretty well considering because Bitcoin down today, almost everything came back crashing down. This one sustained its price action. So I'm looking at this one at the moment. And again, guys, if you look at the volume so far, we got the highest here, then volume decreased here, decreased again here, but it's not like, you know, it has decreased significantly. So I'm expecting one more high on a lower volume to say the least. And then maybe, you know, you could see your retrace of 50 to 60% towards the downside before choosing a trend direction, maybe up, maybe down. All right. Now, one more thing that I want to mention in this particular case is going to be, what if, you know, we go up again and then the volume increases this time. This would mean that, this entire price action or this entire volume scenario that you have had so far is going to be invalidated. And then you are going to look for the other volume candle that is going to be lower than the recent highs, all right? Then the recent move which had the most volume, all right? So that is what you could do in this particular case. If you're looking for a support zone for Kabuto right now, I will give you that as well. So I copy the contract address right here and I go on to GMGN and I paste it right here. Then you can see we are sitting at $2.42 million market cap on this one. The top 10 holder average buy price is $499. Now let's just add a little bit extra for this episode. Guys, just write it down on a paper right now. Whenever you're watching this, write it down on a paper. So what I do personally is right here, this is my 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 notebook and this is where I take all of the notes. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put in, I'll write Kabuto and I'll write average buy price and I'll put average buy price as 499K. All right. Average sell price is also something that I will put right here. Average sell price is 736K. Now I'll show you one thing which is very interesting. I don't think you will be able to see it through the camera, but you can see right around here. This is what I have, right? So basically what I have written is yesterday I wrote average buy price of Kabuto at $305,000. Average sell was 290K. All right. So there is definitely some selling from the top 10 holders, but there is also some buying from the top 10 holders, because if this level keeps on increasing higher and higher, that would basically mean that top 10 holders are buying. That is why the average price is moving towards the upside. So far from yesterday of an average buy price of $305,000, right now we are sitting close to $500,000 as the average entry for top 10 holders. All right. So this is what you can do as well. This is an extra tip. And if you have any questions regarding this strategy and you are also in Karoshi's private, definitely guys, you can ask me these questions as well. I will be happy to answer you all. All right. So right now your zone of support is $500,000. That is way too lower, right? So what you can also do, you click on display right here, you change this number and you put it as 20. So then you are going to see the prices go, the levels go up slightly higher, and then let's just put it as 30. Let's just see what's up. So now we have a 476K. Let's just put it as 50. Now you have 619K, and let's just put it as max, which is top 100 holder. So this is the level right now. All right. It is sitting at $709,000 market cap. If you see a retrace right now, this is where you can bid. All right. And if price breaks below this level, this is where you don't want to hold for a longer period of time. It is as simple as that. But right now, the trend remains to be up and we haven't broken any kind of structures. Considering the strength that it has shown so far, I think it can go higher. But again, guys, don't take my word for it. This is not financial advice. This is just a play that I shared with you all as an example as well. And this is something that I already have gotten a 3x on, and I have already taken out my initial. So if it goes up or down, it does not really matter to me. So you have to take that with a pinch of salt as well. And again, guys, there are a lot of meme coins that we have been trading recently inside Karoshi's private. And if you want to get in on the action, then guys, make sure that you click the link in the description section below and join us inside Karoshi's private. And that is everything, guys. If you enjoyed watching it, make sure that you drop a like and also smash that subscribe button and ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.